Greetings. There's a lot happening in the world today. You have to be careful where you put your attention. See, a lot of people might try to get you to support their agenda. You have to be very careful because wherever the collective consciousness goes, that is what's going to be created. You want to keep your focus on what you're creating. What's your personal goal? All right? Now, I want to pick up from where we left off last week. Last week, for those of you who haven't seen it, you should go back and look at the last video I created. In that last episode, we talked about how the personality is created. We talked about the subconscious and how it sabotages what you're trying to create self-consciously, right? We talk about the three different consciousness. There's one mind, but different aspects of it. The self-conscious, which is the mind you use to try and get things to do better in life. The subconscious, which is the mind that's below the level of conscious awareness. That's why it's called the subconscious, because it's below your level of conscious awareness. Right? And this mind likes to repeat stuff. It does not like to change. It will give you the same thing on repeat over and over and over. Just like that movie, the Groundhog Day movie. Right. Now the superconscious supersedes the conscious and the subconscious mind. So therefore, when you want to change fast, you go to the subconscious. I mean the superconscious. Right? So how does this work? You know, in the days of old, the Jesuit priest used to say, give me a son between 0 and 6, and I'll show you the man. The reason why they could have done this is because they knew the secret, right? This is old wisdom. It's nothing new. And they know that the subconscious mind was wide open. And whatever they program into that child between 0 and 6, that's what he was going to be. Okay, so how does this work? See, my job, what I'm set out to do, is to simplify things for you. Because a lot of people out here trying to teach you how to create, but they're using complicated terms that you may not be aware of. Like a lot of times people tell you, okay, you have to match the vibration of what you're creating. And simply what they're telling you is that you have to feel it. You have to feel the emotion of what you're creating as though you already have it, right? So I'm simplifying things so that you may have a better understanding of how things work in the alchemy of the mind. So we have memories, and these memories stem from when we was young, 0 to 6, and maybe just a little older, but when we was very young. These memories create thoughts. These thoughts create emotion, right? Now, this is all done unconscious to you. However, I'm pretty sure you have heard the term looking at life through rose-colored glasses, right? Which is actually a filter, right? That filter is a memory, your thoughts, and emotion. It creates a filter which deletes these thoughts and generalizes. It deletes these thoughts and generalizes based on what you believe, right? So you have an objective. Let's say you and your significant other out, and there's something that happened, and now that's objective, right? But now both of you all saw it, both of you all experience it, and both of you all have different views on what happened. This may even start an argument because your views are different. And who's correct, who's right, and who's wrong? What if I was to tell you both correct and you're both wrong? Because we have an objective experience that now becomes a subjective experience. Because once you observe it, it's no longer objective, it's subjective. And you run it through your filters. You delete, distort, and generalizes. Now, what's wrong with that? The thing is that if it's you and I, right, and we have this experience, I delete stuff that's not important to me, and you delete stuff that's not important to you. However, the stuff that you deleted may be of high value to me and very important. And the stuff that I deleted, though it's not important to me, it may be very important to you. Once we delete this stuff, it's as though it never happened, right? Because we delete it, happens quick, right away. And it's like we didn't even see it. It never happened. We generalize. I may come to your house and I decide to sit on the coffee table. No, I will never sit on the coffee table. Let's say I sit on the window ledge and you say, can you sit on the chair? I'm like, I'm sitting. Like, you want me to sit on the chair because that's where people are supposed to sit in your world, right? But maybe I may not be feeling like sitting on the chair, or may not be comfortable, so I sit on the window ledge. Maybe someone looking at outside, right? But we generalize, then we distort. I'm gonna take something that's very important to you and minimize it, as well as I'm gonna take something that's very minimal to you and make a big deal out of it, and vice versa, right? So right there, that's the big discrepancy. And this is the filter that we ran everything through. Everything that comes to us, we run through this filter based on our past beliefs, which is based on our emotions, our thoughts, and our memories of the past. And none of this is conscious to us. None of it. So now you have an experience, right? You create a neurotransmitter in the brain. This neurotransmitter in the brain sends a signal down to your body. Your body creates action, right? You take action. Now you have an outcome. That outcome reinforces your belief. See, I know this is what it was. But you see, based on your belief, that's based on what the action you took. Because it created a neurotransmitter, that neurotransmitter created an action, that action created a result or reality, right? And if you keep on doing that over and over and over, now it turns out a neuropeptide. Now, neuropeptides are what causes addiction, right? Whether it's addiction to cigarette, alcohol, drugs, neuropeptides cause addiction. And this neuropeptide will cause an addiction to what you're doing. And we call that a habitual habit, right? The thing is that if you're out trying to create, let's say you're trying to create a business, and you created a habit of being lazy or not wanting to be out of your comfort zone, now how are you going to do that? Because a lot of people believe, still in this day and time, that based on The Secret and other books that they read, that the law of vibration, you just have to think about something and it will come to you. But remember, Tesla said, the secrets of the universe is energy, frequency, and vibration. Thinking about it, that's one part of it, right? You need to get on the frequency of what you want. Then you have vibration and energy. You have to put the energy into it. So you're not going to get this thing because your subconscious thinks that, hey, It's outside of your comfort zone, and you created a habit of being lazy. So how do you get past that? Think about this. It's a metaphor. Let's say you're a customer in a restaurant, and your customer ordering steak, but no, you want seafood. Maybe you want red snapper. You order the red snapper, the waiter goes back to the back. The cook, look at the man, look at what you ordered, and send you back steak. Now you, the customer, you're the self-conscious. The cook is the subconscious. You see, this is not what I ordered. You send the waitress back. They go back there to come back with steak. You say, I want red snapper. They go back to the back. They come back with steak. So you go to the restaurant owner. The restaurant owner is the superconscious. The superconscious supersedes both the self-conscious and the subconscious. So the restaurant owner, he could tell you to get out of the restaurant, he could supersede you. Or he could tell the cook, listen, the customer wants seafood, give him what he's ordering. He no longer wants steak, right? And that's what I do. If you go in for what you want and a resistance comes up, I will tap into your superconscious. And I'm not doing the work. You're going to be doing the work. Your superconscious is going to be doing the work. And tap into your superconscious and let your superconscious talk to your subconscious and subconscious. Get rid of that block, that resistance, and you go straight for what you want. Now, that's just one of the things I do. You may not even have a block. It may just be the way that you're going about trying to get what you want. That's an easy fix. But I hope this helps on your journey to creating what you want. Be your best self. Anthony Williams out.